a live look at the downtown cam. There's still some lightly blowing snow. The storm is moving out of our area, and today's high is supposed to be in the mid-20s. Good morning. Welcome to InforumTV. I'm Lori Lee Lofsgaard in for Robin Huebner today. Here's what's happening. State School Superintendent Kirsten Basler has withdrawn North Dakota's application for a waiver from No Child Left Behind requirements. States are allowed to opt out of the law if they meet certain requirements, and nearly 36 states have been granted the waivers. North Dakota officials and federal officials could not come to an agreement on the issue of reducing the number of students who are deemed non-proficient. North Dakota will continue to operate under the No Child Left Behind regulations. Basler said she will ask the state's congressional delegation to push Congress to change the law. A Fargo man has admitted to raping a 13-year-old girl. 19-year-old Tremaine Jones pleaded guilty to a Class C felony. In September, Jones and his half-brother Jermaine Jones sexually assaulted two 13-year-old girls at a South Fargo apartment. Jones had been charged with gross sexual imposition, which is a Class A felony, and his brother was convicted of double A felony gross sexual imposition. A pre-sentence investigation has been ordered for both men. A 300-foot-long bridge will be built in the Lake Shore development to prevent about 30 homes from being stranded by floodwaters. Lake Shore is a housing development in Reed Township on 52nd Avenue North between Cass County 17 and 57th Avenue, about a mile north of West Fargo. In 2009, 2010, and 2011, floodwaters from the Cheyenne River area washed out roads leading in and out of the development. Cass County engineer Jason Benson said residents have been isolated in their homes from a few days to 45 days in the past. Construction of the bridge is expected to cost about $1.1 million, and FEMA will grant the county 75% of the total bridge cost, while the State Department of Emergency Services will pay the remaining 10% of the total project cost. Benson says construction can start in spring 2014. Two exchange students attending school in Perham, Minnesota, say they were kicked out of a church when they questioned a nationally known speaker who says Islam equals terrorism. As WDAY 6 reporter Kevin Wallivan tells us, the Perham church says it has nothing to do with the boys' Muslim faith, but how their guest speaker was questioned.
Fikri from Indonesia and Elshan from Azerbaijan came to the United States as exchange students. Their home right now is Perham, Minnesota, and host Mary Anderson. When the students heard that Walid Shabat was speaking at a public forum at Assembly of God in Perham, they wanted to go.
But I don't want to share my testimony, how I was a terrorist, planted a bomb, and did all these violent things. I'm not here to gross you out.
He, Shabat, is known as a former Muslim, now turned Christian.
The Quran was the corruption of the Bible.
Speaking out against Islam.
Our message is not to argue with him, but to say to people that what he says is wrong.
The boys heard what they say are mistruths and distortions coming out of Shabat. And so during the question and answer time, they questioned Shabat and quickly were told to leave the church.
I could conclude in my mind that he got mad because maybe he was afraid of the truth, and one of his companion came to us and said, out, out, rudely said to us.
Kind of like asked us to leave, and we said, oh, okay. So like while we were leaving him, I shouted that, good way of promoting peace, bravo.
You know, I want people to know that, we love Muslims.
Dirk Courier is pastor of Assembly of God in Perham.
Nobody was kicked out because they were a Muslim.
He says the boys were asked to leave when emotions escalated.
Dialogue wasn't a dialogue, it was turning into kind of a shouting match.
I thought I was sending my boys into a house of love, and I'm really disappointed that hate was being taught there.
But the two boys did their homework and found Shabat's credibility and so-called expertise on terrorism has been questioned for some time.
It's clear Walid Shabat does not like tough questions.
It's a stupid question.
CNN and others have investigated Shabat's claims. Homeland Security has given Shabat grant money for anti-terrorism speeches around the country. The investigation questions Shabat's claims that he was a former PLO terrorist. Family and friends say he claims this for personal gain. The boys hope others will learn from their experience. Unfortunate as it was. From Perham, Kevin Wallivan, WDAY 6 News.
Both exchange students are here as part of a special international program that educates Americans about other cultures and religions and helps international students learn about life in America. Let's get an update on the weather from WDAY Storm Tracker meteorologist Daryl Richardson. Daryl?
Hello everyone. Snow is winding down, expecting very little additional snowfall the rest of the day, but still a little bit out there this morning, and it will just slowly fade away. Otherwise, much of the day just cloudy. Fargo-Moorhead picked up about 4.5 inches from this event. High temperatures today only in the mid-20s. We're in the mid-20s right now, so temperature is not climbing much. A little bit of ground drifting this morning as the wind will be up in the 15 to 25 range. And then tonight, partly cloudy and getting close to zero. This is usually when we average our last below zero reading of the season, and some of us will get pretty close tonight. There's your Storm Tracker 7-day forecast. Snow amounts on Thursday, if we get any, accumulation would be very, very light. Really not expecting much more moisture the rest of the working week. Of course, the roads are slick out there this morning, but not expecting all that much snowfall the rest of the day. I hope you have a great Tuesday. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist.
Thank you for joining us at InforumTV News. We'll see you next time.